Hey Freedom Fighters, so I get this question all the time, and today we're going to be talking about how much it costs to actually start a profitable dropshipping business. So stay tuned, let's cue the music. I need you to use your imagination. I need you to use your imagination. Alright Freedom Fighters, so let's jump on into this. Now before we do get started, I do want to say that it's really difficult to give you an exact price of how much it costs to start a profitable dropshipping store, just because it really depends on how your advertising does, and that's going to depend a lot on your skill level, and then also just how many products does it take until you find one that's actually profitable and scalable. And so I'm going to give you guys a pretty basic rundown. The first thing we're going to talk about is the startup cost. Now Shopify does offer a 14-day free trial. Once you do start to push traffic and you have your store live, you do have to pay to have the store up and running. It's only $29 a month. And if you are looking to kind of figure out how to set up a store from zero to actually getting customers, make sure you check out my video in the description down below. I go through the entire process from the beginning to the end, and I also have a bunch of videos on product research and all that stuff. But today we're just talking about the cost. And then you definitely want to get a domain name, and I always recommend that you get .com domain names. I know a lot of the really good ones that you'll think of right away are probably taken, and so you'll think, oh, maybe I should get like .co or .net or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, you should definitely have a .com address, and if you do purchase that off of Shopify, it's $14. You can also use sites like GoDaddy. I mean, there's a ton of them out there, but it's $14 to get that off of Shopify. And then the next thing you're gonna need for your startup is going to be your logo, and you can get that done on Fiverr or Upwork. There's a ton of different graphic designers. We talk about this all the time on the channel that will charge you $5 to make a really beautiful logo. Just make sure that when you go on to Fiverr and you're searching for a graphic designer, that you are searching by the most popular artists, so that you get someone that knows what they're doing. And those usually run from, you know, $5 to $35 depending on the artist, but I've had a lot of really good ones done for just $5. So we have it $5 here on the budget. Now a lot of people say that you don't need an LLC, but I always recommend having an LLC just in case you run into any problems. You have that LLC to protect you, and if you get sued, they're not coming after your assets. And the best place to get an LLC is in Wyoming. And I don't know if you know this, but you don't actually have to register your LLC in the state that you live in. So I live in California, and the taxes are really high. It's expensive to get an LLC. So I register my companies all in Wyoming. You can actually get a registered agent, and your entire LLC is set up for just $149. So for $149, it is definitely worth the money. And so that's gonna bring our startup cost to $197, okay? And that's just the very basic startup cost. That's not including any of the plugins or apps that I use on my store, but we are gonna go into those. Just know that these are completely optional. You don't have to get them, but again, they've made me a lot of money, and so they're kind of designed to bring you more sales and make your store more profitable. So they're definitely worth it. If you can't afford them to start off, don't worry about it. Get your store up and running, get some sales, and then start to add these plugins. So the first additional thing that I use on my Shopify store is SendLane. And SendLane is basically an automated email software. And so what it does is it sends behavior-based email automations based on the steps of your customers. And I was able to get you guys a free trial for SendLane. That's gonna be down in the description below, so definitely try it out, at least for the free trial. If you like it and it starts bringing you more sales, then stick with them. It's only $25 a month, and it works extremely well. They have a bunch of data-driven email automation that you can use to bring back returning customers and get more sales. The next plugin that I use is called Spin-a-Sale. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this or seen it on other Shopify stores before. Basically what Spin-a-Sale does is it pops up when you first come on to the store, and it asks you to enter an email, and you get to spin the wheel of fortune for a discount code, and you actually get to pick which discounts are going out and how many of them. So it's really, really cool, and you actually collect a ton of emails. There's just something about the idea of winning something that people love. They're much more likely to give you their email if you have something that is offered to them as well. So with Spin a Sale, it's kind of like a little game, and you'd be really surprised with how well it works. And I will tell you that your email list really is equal to your net worth. So building out this big, huge list of customers that are interested in what you're selling is going to be huge for you. The next one we're going to talk about is Hurify, and Hurify basically just creates a form of scarcity on your listing. So it shows up as a countdown timer underneath the list, and it basically just pushes our customers to buy now. It says, you know, you only have so much longer until this product runs out or until this discount code runs out, so hurry, get it before it's gone. And scarcity is a huge way of pushing sales, so I would definitely look into getting Hurify. The next one that we're going to talk about is Conversio, and basically what Conversio does is it sends automated receipts to your customers after purchase. So it's extremely important. You can also send out automated coupons to them when they make a purchase. So thanks for buying this time. Here's a coupon for 20% off your next purchase. So we get these people to start coming back to our store. You'll start to understand the importance of following up with your customers and email automation and sending out receipts and coupons to get people back onto our store. And the last one we're going to talk about, which is probably the one that's made me the most money, is called Product Upsell. And what this does is it actually integrates with your Shopify store, and when someone adds something to their cart, you can create an automated pop-up with an upsell or with a cross-sell. So it would be something that's related. So basically, if someone was to buy a camera bag on your store, as soon as they push that add to cart button, there would be an automated pop-up, which it would be something that's related to the product you're selling. So if you're selling a camera bag, then maybe your upsell would be a camera strap that matched, or, you know, an extra cleaning case or something that is extremely related to the product that you're already selling. This is going to increase your cart value like crazy, which higher cart values obviously mean more sales and more revenue and money that's coming into your pocket. So definitely look into Product Upsell. The very basic package is $9.99, and basically the cost is by the number of views. So it starts at $9.99, and that's for 200 views, right? If you're doing more than that, then the cost goes up between $9.99 and $89.99, but to start off, I think you would be good with $9.99 depending on how much traffic you are pushing to your store. Altogether for our plugins, we're looking at an additional $64.97 a month, and that includes all of your pop-ups, your upsell software, SendLane for your emails, automated receipts, all that good stuff that makes a really, really professional, well-designed store that's going to convert. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about is your traffic, and that is where 80% of your budget is going to go to. And there are a couple of different ways that you can push traffic to your store. The first way is through influencer marketing, and it's really hard to put an actual price on how much you're gonna have to spend to start making sales, because it varies for every single store depending on the influencer and on the product. But your shoutouts can cost anywhere from $10 to $50 depending on who the influencer is, the size of their audience, and the engagement level. So keep that in mind. Now, ideally, you are making sales when you do run these shoutouts, and it's also gonna start seasoning your pixel so that when you do start to push Facebook ads, you have a little bit of data to run off with and play with, creating lookalike audiences to start running your traffic to your products. Now, I wanna talk a little bit about testing products and what it actually means to test a product and what low-cost Facebook advertising actually means. So when you start running paid traffic on Facebook ads to a specific product, you want to start off with a low budget. So you want to do about $5 a day per product, and you are going to run that ad for about 4 days to actually look at the data and find out if that product is going to make you money, okay? Because the more money you spend on Facebook ads, if the actual advertisement is profitable, the more that you're going to make. So it's about $20 to test a product, and it really depends on how many products you have to go through to find a profitable product. You know, some people find one their first product, and if that's you, then you're extremely lucky. But most people will have to test between 10 and 20 products. So we are going to shoot for the far end on this tutorial and play it safe. So $20 to test a product times 20 products is gonna be about $400. So for Facebook ads, I have about $400 to $500, bringing our advertising costs to about $800 to $1,000. So the total number to start a Shopify dropshipping store, and again, this number it varies. It, you know, really depends on how much advertising you have to do to start making sales. It depends on so many variables, but at a bare minimum, I'm gonna say that you should start with at least $1,061.97. Now, a lot of you, $1,000 is nothing. To others, that seems like a lot of money. And again, remember, there are a lot of add-ons that I listed on this tutorial so that you have a fully optimized store, but you don't have to actually have all of these upsells and plugins and all of these other things to get started. So that is it. That's all you have to spend to start a profitable dropshipping business. And remember, when you're pushing this traffic, ideally you are also making sales, so you're not actually spending that full amount because you've got income that's coming in. And if you really put that into perspective, to be able to start a profitable business in a store with just $1,000 is insane. Because years ago, before the internet, if you wanted to start a store, you would have to rent a space, you would have to hire employees, you would have to buy inventory. So to be able to do all of this with just $1,000 is truly incredible. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, or just give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down here in the corner, because I'm gonna be putting out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. So look out for me, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video.